Hello everybody, so today we are going to be watching Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, or as some people would call it, just Star Wars from 1977. This is, everyone's idea of like a classic sci-fi epic, and I'm excited to get into this today. For those of you guys who do not know, this is a part of a longer ongoing series, or I should say the beginning of a longer ongoing series where we're going to be doing the top 100 movies watch list from IMDb. They have this huge poster that I am going to be covering every single movie on top of that poster. I recorded another video explaining all of this. I will link it either in a card if I figure out how that works, or it's in the description. Either way, it's going to be somewhere where you can easily access it so you guys know what is going on. But yeah, I don't really have too much I want to preface this with. I kind of want to just like get into the video. But yeah, stick around till the end for both my review and also to figure out what we're going to be watching next time on the channel. Or well, the next part in the series. I'm going to be watching other things, of course, that might come out beforehand. But the next thing in this series will be revealed at the end of the video. So yeah, stick around for that. And just let's just get right into it, I guess. This is Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. The classic 20th Century Fox logo. It's weird to get excited over a logo, but I don't care. The contrast between the classic 20th Century Fox and the new Lucasfilm logo is strange. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I love this music so much. That's one thing that I think I admire a lot about this movie is that it just kind of throws you into it. You know? It's just, you're just already placed in the middle of this big battle. There's no like build up, really. Well, this is the build up, but the film doesn't waste its time, with like exposition and stuff like that. That's all the exposition you need. And it just tosses you right into it now. I geek out a lot about scale, and I think this is the prime example as to why. This is all you need to like really understand what's going on. Their outfits are kind of strange, but I love them. I love these rebels. The rebel outfits? Is that what they're called? Is this their like official uniform? If it is, I love them. I have no notes. I'm glad no one hit them. They all aimed around them, clearly. God damn. I just love that he emerges like through shadow. Not shadow, mist, smoke, storm. Not storm, smoke. I can't speak today, apparently. But yeah, that just gives him like such a sinister presence, like right off the bat. Plus he's got his own uniform on. He stands out completely. The score in this is just perfect.
I'm not getting in bed.
Doesn't have much of a choice, does he?
Hold your fire. There's no life forms. It must have short.
Top tier guards, clearly. But the visual effects in this still hold up so well today. It's insane. I haven't commented on this before, but like just having Leia also having a different costume and uniform than everyone else is just helps also, establish her own power within, the Rebel Alliance, I guess.
She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them. See to it personally.
That's actually great. This whole movie is like one giant chase, if that's the case. The chase doesn't end even after they've taken over the ship, because they're still sending people down to the, escape pod. I guess that helps build tension really, really well. It's a really solid structure we got going on here.
You'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile.
Bruh, R2 has been like the only one knowing what the right thing to do is, and he's just getting straight up abandoned. Maybe it's for the best. Good for him. I can't even imagine what it'd be like to walk in that C-3PO outfit. That sounds fucking miserable, I'm sorry. Like I said, visually this still holds up really well. Oh. I'm sorry. I love freaky little guys in my movies. Alright? I love Jawas. Okay? I can't help it. We need more freaky little guys in films. Whoa. How did they... This has to be a miniature, right? Right. Star Wars fans, tell me in the comments, was that a miniature? How did they do that? Let me know. Whoa, there's so much detail. My screen is way too dark for me to appreciate all of this. Hold up. Oh my god. Is that that's the Gonk droid? Yeah. Oh my god. I like that we're obscuring R2 and all this other, wiring and contraptions and stuff. Hey, there he is. The separation did not last very long. This is Destiny telling them they're meant to be together. See, look how happy he is to see him. That's proof right there. Oh. The CGI does not blend well with 1977 visuals. What is that supposed to be, dog? Is that like a lizard? Anyway. Okay, sure. Oh, God.
Look, sir, droid.
Very observant. Give him a raise. Whoa. The Gonk, did you see how fast the Gonk droid just spun around? Dude was moving so slow earlier, and then now he's just woof. And there he is. There's there's our main character. I kind of like how we're just, we're dropped into Luke's story when he's just doing normal everyday stuff. Just his normal life.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me.
All right, shut up. I'll take this.
Uncle Owen is so sick of C-3PO already.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Shut up.
Waste time.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke, Star Wars fans. That was a joke. They got him tied up, too. Okay.
Hey, what are you trying to push on us?
Just a little... Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, here he comes.
Everyone's so sick of C-3PO.
What with the rebellion and all?
You know, the rebellion against...
Just how excited he got at the mention of it.
She's beautiful.
I'm afraid.
No, I stumbled across a recording while I was cleaning him. He says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I like that little look, that Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen shared together. Sets up Obi-Wan Kenobi really, really well.
Luke's just not a farmer, Owen. He has too much of his father in him.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Good foreshadowing there. Visuals. The visuals in this, man. They say so much. You don't even need, any dialogue to understand what he's feeling in that moment. It's just perfect.
Pardon me, sir, but couldn't we go on?
What is that? No. Star Wars fans, what is that? What was that was rolling around on the bottom of the screen? Tell me. Please, I want to know. What is that pot? I'm getting amazed by the little bits of technology they got going on. What is that? That's so neat. He just carries around a rifle with him? How did R2 get behind that rock? Why is the rock not in frame? Shouldn't it be obscure? I'm thinking too much of this. It's okay. I'll let it slide. I will say though, I saw the little drawings on the wall. I like that little, that little detail. Adds a lot.
Hello
Sir
there.
Alec Guinness. There he is, Obi-Wan.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
How did he get out from behind the rocks? I said I wasn't going to think about it, but I can't help but think about it.
Is he a relative of yours? Do you know who he's talking about?
The change in his eyes. Wait,
3PO.
yeah, I was about to ask, oh,
Them as a blaster,
whoa.
an elegant weapon.
Was there a cut in between? I just noticed that right now.
A young Jedi named Darth Vader. He betrayed and murdered your father.
I love how they're doing all of this world building exposition stuff, but still making it tied to, Luke's history. It makes it feel very, very, personal. Makes it so much more interesting and engaging.
You must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan.
He's got to branch out.
Or giving you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels' hidden fort room.
Oh, shit.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I love that we're, showing what the Force can do after, right after the scene where we've established what the Force is, pretty much. I was really engaged in that scene, though, if you couldn't tell. No, not the Jawas. This is the worst day. This is the worst day of my life.
The Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
Are they now?
Why would Imperial troops want to slaughter Jawas?
Again, visually. They visually told us what's going on. That shot. I do like how that visually acts in contrast to the whole, two sunset. The binary sunset? I think that's what it's called. I like how that acts in contrast to it. It has like a darker version of the same score. Luke does the same like look down, look back ahead thing. It's that's the call to adventure right there. What the I like how they make it like a point to highlight the needle or whatever that is, just so you know what kind of device this thing is. I like that pan down. That was neat. Oh, I just realized they're holding like a little funeral for the Jawas.
You'd have been killed too.
That is true. The CGI does not blend well. Someone needed to take George Lucas's computer away. He needed to stop. I bet I know that there's a despecialized version of this where they took away all the enhancements, and I bet that looks so much better than whatever the fuck this is. What is that? It's like what is this? It's like everything that was like in the original version looks incredible, and then everything CGI just looks. Oh.
Don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
Aren't the droids you're looking for?
These aren't the droids we're looking for. I was about to compliment this scene, and then there's the fucking whatever the hell that is in the background. Anyway, also great use to what is that green thing? Getting off topic. It's still in the frame. I'm trying to compliment what I just watched, and it's still in the frame. I like how, the Jedi way of using the Force is very passive. It's non-violent, but it's still morally it's still not morally correct, or maybe it is. I don't know, but yeah, there's that difference in between like active aggression and violence towards another person that the dark side of the Force uses, and then the more passive defensive side to it that the Jedi uses. I'm being distracted by CGI dinosaurs. What the fuck is... This is my dream. There's so many freaky little guys here. Who is that? Who is that? Who is this guy? I want to know more about him. Star Wars fans, what's their name? Who's that? Oh no, it's just I'm leaning into the laptop that I'm watching this on. I wish I was watching this on a much bigger screen. There's a Jawa here too. Who's that? No. Okay, tell me about this guy. Who is that? There's Satan. We got them. I forget what these guys' names are. I knew it before. Is that just a fucking monkey? What is that? Oh, there's Greedo. What is that?
I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
And he's just outright saying this, Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah. Surprised they showed blood in this movie. That's insane. Also, I thought lightsabers cauterized wounds whenever they happen. I don't know. Maybe this was before that was established. But it's my favorite score. I think this might be my favorite song in this entire OST. There he is.
It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
That doesn't make any sense, sir.
Who's gonna fly it, kid? You?
You bet I could. I'm not such a bad pilot myself.
Oh, he's selling, bro. Who's that guy in the left of the frame? Tell me. Star Wars fans, tell me who that is.
You'll have to sell your speeder.
That's okay. I'm never coming back to this planet again.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't, hard code the subtitles for Greedo into the film. If you were to turn the subtitles off, would you know what he's saying, or would it just, play automatically? I have no idea how this works.
Yes, I bet you have.
The fuck was that, dude? What is McClunky? Anyway, I was gonna say, this is a great scene to establish Han's, character. His whole relationship to the world, where he stands, all of that.
I think it is time we demonstrated the full power of this station. Set your course for Alderaan.
But have we established exactly what the Death Star is yet? Because if not, that's, great build-up as to the impending doom that's coming. What is that? What is that on the right? Who's the white droid? George, put the computer down. Why is he meeting up with Jabba, though? I thought he was trying to get away from Jabba. Oh wait, no, he's investigating the ship. Jabba does not fit in well with this 1977 aesthetic. Oh god. I get what we're trying to do here, right? Like I think it's good that we're trying to establish Han's place in this world, but I don't know. I don't know if this is the right way to go about that. Oh shit, they put Boba Fett in this too? Alright. Okay, cool. Cool.
What a piece of junk.
What's wrong with it?
We're a little rushed, so if you'll just get on board, we'll get out of here.
I do love this cocky vibe that Harrison Ford is bringing to this character.
Hello, sir.
Even dude, Han's sick of C-3PO and all he said was hello, pretty much.
Stop that ship! Blast them!
What is he shooting that's blowing up? Ooh, even the Death Star looks so big next to Alderaan. God damn. Again, talking about scale and who has power. Ooh, I love that sound design for that. That, again, holds up really, really well.
Well, you can forget your troubles with those Imperial slugs. I told you I'd outrun them.
Don't everybody thank me at once. Get all around.
We have like an actual board game version of that. It's not holograms, obviously, but like it's an actual board game with like individual pieces. No idea how to play it. We've tried a couple times and I don't understand it, but it's it's a fun game. From the way we play it, which I don't think is correct, but it's fun.
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything.
It's understandable. I do love how crowded and messy the fucking Millennium Falcon is, though. Again, adds a lot of personality to Han as a character.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Look, good against remotes is one thing. Good against the living?
Yes. Han is right, though. They're both right in this scene, oddly enough. But yeah, the tension and build-up in that, even with the little ball, it was so well done. I think silence is a really it is a really powerful tool in filmmaking. I love the sound of the TIE Fighter so much.
But Chewie, jam its transmissions.
It would be as well to let it go. It's too far out of range.
Not for
Just
long.
how hectic and fast the dialogue is just works so well. I've seen this film a couple times now and I'm still getting like tensed up watching this.
Look at him, he's heading for that small moon.
That's no moon.
Space station.
Space station.
Just look how small the Millennium Falcon is compared to everything around it. Again, scale, man. I love how visually the Death Star is just, has a very, very cold and dark interior to it.
I sense something, a presence I've not felt since...
I love how he just doesn't even finish his sentence. What is that? Again, I'm fascinated by all the little bits of technology we got in this film. I want to know how they did all of it. It's so neat.
Hey down there!
I love how the subtitles said man, as if we didn't know who was who was talking in that moment.
Take over. We've got a bad transmitter. I'll see what I can do.
Between his howling and your blasting everything inside us, I wonder the whole station.
And there they are. Some of the most expensive Funko Pops of all time.
The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations.
I'm being fascinated by a goddamn map. A digital map. It looks so good.
I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? The droids belong to her. She's the one in the message. We gotta help her.
Did they show Han the message? It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not going anywhere. You're gonna execute her. Look, a few minutes ago you said you didn't want to just wait here to be captured. Now all you want to do
Exactly.
is stay? Mark, she's rich.
That got him to change his mind. What are those things called? The mouse droid, I think? I love those guys too. Like I said, freaky little guys, even though it's technically not a guy. I consider it to be one.
316, report to control.
One thing that I do notice is like it's all like old white men in the Empire. You know, there's no like aliens. You know, there's no like weird creatures.
I can't see a thing in this helmet.
Wasn't that improvised? I remember hearing something was improvised. Was that it? I think so. But yeah, I just noticed this now. It's like there's no like weird space creatures in the Empire.
Where are you taking this?
Prisoner transfer from...
Again, I think it's also interesting to, learn that they don't even know what a Wookiee is. They call Chewbacca a thing. God damn. The firefights in this are chaotic. And I love it. It's just like explosions. Like every 2 seconds. It's insane. It's hard to make a point and like talk about what I want to say when there's just explosions happening on the screen.
Go and get her. I'll hold him here.
Oh, it's time for the greatest improv of all time.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
I love watching Harrison Ford's facial like reactions to it. More conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company.
I love this shot so much. I love the way the cell block looks.
Can't get out that way.
Looks like you managed to cut off our only escape route.
Maybe you'd like it back in your cell.
I like how their first interaction is just them being snarky towards one another.
Look, I had everything under control till you let us down here.
Did he actually though? Did you really? Just the sound of the metal just like compressing. Like again, I've seen this film a couple times now and I'm still getting like tensed up watching it. It's kind of insane.
Take over.
I don't even need to point that out. I'm just gonna let that slide. Everyone knows about that.
They're heading for the prison level. If you hurry, you might catch them.
Follow me.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take him down to maintenance.
All right.
Surprised they're allowing that. This is triggering like all of my claustrophobia senses.
Use the comm link. Oh my, I forgot.
We should turn it back on. Turn it back on.
No, shut them all down. Hurry.
Oh my god. Is that something you can even fake? Like that excitement? That seems so real. Oh my god. See, this is why three great actors just in a scene together. Love them all so much. Absolutely no railings. I guess it doesn't make sense as to why they would put railings here. Who would ever go out on this? I love that. That's an ASMR sound. Just that powering down. It's great. There's nothing that's tickled my brain like that in a while.
Come here, you big coward. Chewie, come here.
Listen.
I like how they made Chewie like afraid of it. Gives him a lot of personality.
Somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way.
Hey, he didn't do anything to you.
Do you know what's going on? Maybe it's another drill.
The stormtroopers in this movie are wildly incompetent at their job.
That's nothing. Outgassing, don't worry about it.
They are, like I said, wildly incompetent at their job. I love that though.
It's them. Blast them.
What is he planning on doing? I've always loved that.
Close the blast doors. Open the blast door.
Again, wildly incompetent, but I love him. That imagery is just great with him just standing there waiting. You know, a lot of people rag on this fight scene for being like awkward and clunky. I love it. I love it as it is right now. If you can't tell, I am wearing tense stuff.
me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
The sound design on this is crazy. I love the crackle whenever it's like, whenever the lightsabers collide with each other. I love that little jab thing that Vader is doing right there. I love that the stormtroopers are it's just like letting the duel play out, not interfering. Yeah. I do love that him vanishing does add like this level of, you know, mysticism to this character. Oh my god, I love the way this looks so much. I love the sets. The sets are so cool. Oh my god. The little gunny. What is this? What is the gunner thing? I don't know. I love it. Why is it rocking like this? I don't care. It's so cool. It makes you want to like ride inside of that. You know what I mean? It makes you want to be in that gunner seat. Like, look at that. That's so neat. That's so cool. Oh, and the score in this part is just so good. I don't know how much of it I can play in this video because of, you know, copyright, but god damn. The tension built in that scene is just, do I even need to say anything? Really.
It's not over yet.
It is for me, sister. Look, I ain't in this for your revolution,
But I mean,
man. I'm not
can
in
you
it for
even
you,
really
princess.
blame
I
Han?
expect to be-
I mean, morally, obviously, you disagree with him, but given the grand scheme of things, can you really blame him? I love this. How do you build this? Was this a miniature as well? Star Wars fans, please give me information. What is this? What are they riding on? I'm very amazed by this, more so than like half of the ships. It's not to speak badly on the ships, of course, but what? How do you do that? God damn. Everything in this world that's practical feels very real and like tactile. Like I just accept that all of this exists, you know? Like there's no part of my brain that's questioning it. Again, scale.
An analysis of the plans provided by Princess Leia, the approach will not be easy. You're required to maneuver straight down this trench and skim the surface to this point. Target area is only 2 meters wide. A precise hit will start a chain reaction which should destroy the station.
I love that we took the time to like really explain what this third act battle is going to be like. You know, it's made very clear what our characters have to do in order to succeed. And again, putting a timer on it, great. Everything feels very, very immediate, you know? It's a great way of building tension. Even before the action has even started, it's already, you know, very, very tense.
Good's the reward if you ain't around to use it. Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. It's more like suicide.
See, again, you can't even really blame him. But yeah, again, morally, not someone to agree with.
May the force be with you.
Classic line. And it does sort of set up foreshadow a certain arc he's gonna go on, you know? Man. Again, with everything feeling real and tactile, these ships look absolutely incredible. Like, don't you just want to fly in this X-Wing? Like, come on. It feels real, too. With the way they're, like, loading it up, powering it up, and everything. I love the build-up so much. Whoa. The Rebellion has a lot more ships than I thought they would have. I don't know why, but... Oh my god. Just the camera work of this is great.
Are you alright? I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
Have to destroy them ship to ship. Get the crews to their fighters.
I love the progression of this.
I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins.
I'm right
There's
with
no
you.
way that's his fucking name, dude.
Checked.
I can hold it. Pull up! No, I'm all right.
Why is he the first one to die? Again, the visual effects in this.
Squad leaders.
I am getting very, very tensed up watching this. I'm surprised no one has tried to make an attack run there yet in the trench. I guess it's just not safe at the moment.
Hit, but not bad. I'll see what you can do with it.
I'm surprised they have the droids just out in the open like that. I'm like having a sigh of relief after every single, you know, TIE fighter that gets destroyed. I love how shaky this is being filmed. Ooh. How they're dodging all of these lasers is beyond me. I don't even care that they're reusing the same shot. It's so effective. Oh my god. Just the looks before the reveal of the TIE Fighters is just perfect. Oh, I can't give good commentary right now. I'm just so, like, stressed. And this score is just helping to add to this anxiety I have.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go.
I love how once the score changes, the entire run feels slower, oddly enough. It still feels hectic and I'm still tense, but it does feel slower. The music tells the story of this. The music and silence beforehand tells the story of this entire third act very, very well. Oof.
Have you what?
There he is. What was... I don't... Again, wildly incompetent at his job. I don't understand what his thought process was, but come on. Oh my god. Visually, still incredible. God damn.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
I need to take a breather after that third act. Oh my god. I can feel my heart rate just like boop, 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 boop. Oh my god. This is one of the most triumphant pieces of music ever put to film, I swear. I like how we don't even need any dialogue. It's just, we're letting the scene play out and the music is just carrying the emotions of this so well. Oh my god. This movie is so fucking good, dude. I'm still in awe of this so many years later, how well everything holds up. It's incredible. I have a lot to say about this. All right. So that was, I did not center this properly. It's okay. We'll figure it out. It's good enough. But yeah, this movie holds up staggeringly well. And I think it's, you know, a lot of it is due in part to the world building and the way it approaches its world building. It's a very complicated world, Star Wars, from, you know, everything that we know now, having, you know, we're what, over 9 movies in, right? And all these TV shows and stuff, and the lore has just been expanded so much. But the way that a lot of the lore is presented in this is in how it relates to Luke as a character, you know, or it's integral to the plot and the structure in some way. The way we learn about the Force is how it connected to his father, the way we learn about, you know, the Clone Wars, or that kind of stuff is just mentioned in passing, right, in that same scene. But, you know, that's connected to Luke and his father, and as well as, you know, Obi-Wan, who's actually, you know, present in the film as a main supporting character. I'm not going to spoil anything from the later films, clearly, because I don't want to. Because, I don't know, I think a lot of people do know the big twists and turns that come in the later Star Wars films because they are so ingrained in pop culture. But I still feel like, you know, if we were to take this film at face value, without knowing anything that, you know, comes ahead, the way it approaches the way it approaches this world is just, it's so clear. And, you know, you get this idea that George Lucas, I should say, I think I'm just calling him George this entire video, but you get this idea that George Lucas does have like a pretty clear understanding of what he wants this world to be and what everything means and how all of, you know, the moving pieces work. That being said, I do think that George Lucas needed to step away from his computer and stop putting in CGI elements. Those were by far the most distracting element of the film, and I think a lot of my commentary came from the fact that I was just so, not disturbed, but like just confused by a lot of it. Don't get me wrong, I loved almost all of this movie, minus the CGI elements to it. I do think that, you know, removing that does, you know, make the world feel just a little bit more real. And I think all of my issues do come down to the additions that George Lucas made in his special editions. And I really, really wish that they would release the original theatrical versions of these Star Wars films, because I would like to see them. You know, I would like to see them in a legal manner and not have to illegally download them or like watch a fan edit. Not to discredit the people who do fan edits. It's just I would like to just, you know, see it without having to go through like a bunch of, you know, hassles and like downloads and all this other stuff. That would be nice, but, you know, I guess, you know, George prefers these versions for some reason. I don't know. If you can give me like a list of changes that George Lucas made to these films, I would love to look at it, just so I know if there's like at least one or two things that he added or took away that I agree with. Because from what I've seen, I don't agree with any of it. But I would like to, you know, I want to know where he's coming from. Because right now I don't see it at all. You know, not to clown on George Lucas some more, I do want to praise him, because what he was able to accomplish here is stunning. You know, visually, it's mind blowing. Even today in 2024, more than 40 years after this film's initial release, I still don't understand how he did some of this. You know, I don't understand how he did a lot of this, actually. It still looks incredibly real and tactile. The way the ships work, the way the aliens look in this film. I was geeking out over the freaky little guys, as I like to call them, in the Mos Eisley Cantina, for good reason. And it's because, you know, they just feel so natural into this world, and I want to know more about it. You know, I want to know more about them. And I'm sure they have like they have like their own backstories on, I think, Wikipedia. I think that's what the Star Wars wiki is called. I'm sure they all have like entire massive pages of lore to them, and I would love to learn about them. You know, I like freaky little guys. We need more of them, and I think George Lucas understands that, and he knew that if he wanted to like populate this world and make it, you know, feel very, very imaginative, and I don't know, to make it feel real. I think with excluding the weird alien designs would actually make this world feel kind of less tangible in a way. And I think by including them, it somehow feels more real, oddly enough. It feels more lived in as well, and it makes you want to live in this world. You know, like, it's not hard to see why, you know, kids get so caught up into this world, and, you know, they want to play with lightsabers and they want to use the Force. There's a reason why all of these things are so ingrained in like our culture and our society. It's because, you know, it presents a world that you want to live in, even if that world is, you know, incredibly dangerous and you feel like you're going to die at every turn. There's a playfulness to it. You know, the Jawas, even though they are, you know, trading away, they're essentially treating the robots like slaves, right? The droids, I mean. Even though they are essentially treating the droids as slaves, they do talk in a funny language. And they, you know, so there's some kind of like, I want to hold a Jawa. I could have explained that so much better. I don't know how to explain it better, but you know what I mean, I hope. But yeah, there is that element of just like wonder and whimsy present throughout the entire thing. Even just looking at the characters, you know, there's something to be said that Lucas's dialogue isn't the most realistic or natural sounding, but it does, for me, work for a lot of this, because it is sort of like a fantasy, you know, world. I can excuse some of the awkward lines and the awkward deliveries. I can excuse that, you know. It's clear that Lucas had an idea of, you know, as I've said before, Lucas has an idea of what this world is supposed to feel like. So I feel like the actors, even if they don't fully get it, the world that surrounds them is so real and feels so lived in that I just buy into it regardless. And of course, structurally, I think this is very, very, it's the prime example of the, you know, classic hero's journey. And I feel like if you're like a film or like any sort of storyteller that's interested in making these grand epics, something like this, this is a good, plot to study and how it's, structured. You have the call to adventure, you have the refusal of the call, you have the mentor character who is Obi-Wan, you have the crossing the threshold, you have the new allies and enemies, you got the ordeal, death of the mentor, battle with, all of this. All of this is present inside of this film, and it's so interesting in how it's able to start off incredibly tense, and it just keeps that tension the entire way. This entire film feels like one long chase sequence in a way. Like a lot of people just assume that like, oh, the beginning is like, that's the main chase, but like that continues throughout. The Empire, their entire mission throughout the entire thing is to like capture R2-D2 and C-3PO, who are constantly on the move. And so because we keep cutting back to what the Empire is doing and how close they are behind our main characters, it does, add tension to it. It keeps the tension high. It keeps the stakes high. And I think, the editing in this is so strong. And a lot of people say that, the editing saved this film. That is 100% true. Of course, I haven't seen a rough cut of Star Wars. I've only seen the final product. But I can't imagine this film being edited in a different way and still being this engaging and this exciting. And of course, speaking of how, of structure, the third act is so perfect. I have to slam my desk because it's so goddamn perfect. I love this third act. It never fails to me, it never fails to be extremely exciting and gripping and engaging. Like I was just locked. I was locked in, as the kids would say. I was locked in when they were making their attack runs on the Death Star, and I do think that the score by John Williams, it's one of the best put to film. It tells the story for you so well, and I was speaking about it when I was watching it, but the subtle change in the music to the Force theme, I think that's what it's called, when Obi-Wan's voice tells Luke to use the Force as he's running down the trench. The way that it sort of made everything feel like it was slowing down, and like you could kind of like take a breath, even though it was still very, very tense and the tension was still very high. That's so mind-blowing. You take that piece of music out, and the scene is, it keeps that level of tension. But by adding that little piece of music in there, you're put in Luke's shoes. You can like feel what he's feeling, and you can understand what the run feels like to him at that moment when he hears Obi-Wan's voice. And I think that's just so brilliant. I don't even think they changed. I think that was a shot they reused for like the other not TIE fighters, the other X-Wings that were running down, that were doing their own trench run, right? I think that, that sort of shaky shot-ish, where it's like, they're going down the trench and then like there's lasers flying. I think that is something they reused, but just, they didn't slow it down at all. It's just the music that just makes it feel less, I don't want to say less stressful, but you can like take a breather, You feel like you're in control, oddly enough. The arcs of the characters are very, very clear. They're clear. Han is very greedy, so obviously by the end he's going to learn to, have a heart, and learn there's more to life than money. And of course, you can't talk about this film without mentioning Darth Vader, who is not in it a whole lot. And that stood out to me in this watch in particular, because his presence is felt throughout the entire thing. He's the only one with his own unique outfit, and in that first scene, he like really stands out. Your eyes are just drawn to him. And of course, the voice of James Earl Jones adds a lot to that as well. It makes him that much more intimidating. He does have this presence, and that his iconic breathing adds tension. That's a great little touch, that adds so much more personality and intrigue to that character as a whole. It's not hard to see why. He just stands out he just stands out so much in relation to the rest of the Empire, that it's like, okay, I want to know more about this guy. I want to know more. And the film doesn't tell you a whole lot about him. And that's kind of what makes him so intriguing to me, is because, especially in this film, they don't tell you a lot about him, but that intrigue is there. You're like, okay, who is this person? Give me more of him. And the film knows not to overuse him, because part of what makes Vader so intimidating is that he's barely present, but when he is present, he's like threatening people. He's choking someone. He's killing somebody. It's insane. You feel like when a scene is, showcasing Vader, it's like, okay, someone's gonna die, or someone's gonna get injured or choked, or something bad is gonna happen. And I feel like for a villain, that is the perfect way to sort of set him up, especially in this manner. Of course, we do learn a lot more about Darth Vader as the series goes on, but oddly enough, from what I remember of the other Star Wars films, the way he's used here, this is gonna get controversial now. The way not Star Wars, A New Hope uses Vader is my favorite use of Vader in the entire Star Wars saga. You can argue with me all you want, but I have given you my reasoning as to why I like the way he's used here. Of course, we do have, a more emotional depth in the next two installments of this original trilogy, but I think in just overall presence, you can't beat this one. Every single scene with him is filled with this sense of dread. And that's not to say that he's used poorly in the other ones. He's used in a fantastic way in the other ones. I love Darth Vader. I love the way he's used in these films. I'm just saying that I'm the most intimidated by him in this one. And also, I do also have to say that the way he's used in Empire, the next one, which I have no idea when we're getting to, but the way he is used in Empire is also intimidating and terrifying, but we'll get into that when we get into that. I'm just saying I do like the more minimalist usage of him here. Visually, great. I don't even need to talk about the binary sunset scene. That's just... I never realized how it connects with Luke looking at Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. I never realized that connection in how they're like... both how the music plays into that, how the framing plays into that, how Mark Hamill's acting sort of relates between the two. I've never caught on to that until now, and it just adds so much more depth into Luke as a character, his refusal to the call, to him like being forced into that position now. It's really, really, really great. Really great. And I do want to praise Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Alec Guinness, everyone that was involved, because the acting in this, for a lot of people not understanding what was going on, I'm assuming, it was all really well done. There's the part that really stood out to me, I mentioned it in the reaction, was when they're in the trash compactor, and they're struggling to get everything to not die. Once C-3PO and R2 were able to stop it, just the feeling of like relief. It felt so real. Like I couldn't tell if they were acting or not, which is a sign of great acting, if anything. The cheers and excitement, it felt real. It felt so real. And I couldn't help but have a smile on my face. You felt that same relief that they felt, which is because of their performances and their acting. It's all really, really great. And I do think that, from what I remember, again, it's going to be a while. It might be a while before we watch the next few Star Wars films. But from what I remember I do like the performances. I do like watching how their performances, grow and evolve as time goes on. And I think all three of them become, just really masters of acting by the end of it. I'm really trying to think of other things I want to say about this, but yeah, I'm blown away. This is easily one of my favorite sci-fi films ever. Yeah, I feel so good. You can't watch Star Wars and have a bad time, I think. I'm on cloud 9 right now, oddly enough. I want to go ride a fucking TIE fighter. I love the way the TIE fighter sounds. That's something I wanted to mention. The sound design in this. God damn. What? How do you even come up with sounds like that? They're so iconic and so like ingrained in pop culture that, you know, they add so much personality to this world. I don't know. It's sounds that you've never heard of before, that you've never heard before, and yet it feels totally real when put into this world. Like, you take the sound of the roaring sound of the TIE fighter flying by, you take that out of the film, you lose a lot of personality to them. You know, you replace the blaster sounds with just regular gunfire. They sound not as imaginative anymore. They sound kind of, you know, reductive, boring. So it's just, God, I can't praise this movie enough. If you haven't seen Star Wars, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? And I really hope that if you haven't seen Star Wars before my reaction to it, I hope that you do have the time to check it out. Or if you have seen Star Wars, I hope that you take the time to revisit it. It's a classic for many reasons. I think this film it's one of the best of the sci-fi genre. And there's a reason why it kind of like revolutionized, just kind of changed the way films were made and, you know, how sci-fi films are approached, you know. Because before this, we had like 2001: A Space Odyssey and like all these other slow burn sci-fi, which I like slow burn sci-fi, but this was like exciting. You know, this was action packed. There were explosions like every 20 seconds. The firefights were just explosive. You know, there was the final act was one of the most tense things I've ever seen in my life. It was great. You know, it pumped me up with adrenaline, and people want that. It was really great. It was a fun experience, really fun experience, and I'm happy I got to share this rewatch with you guys. So hopefully you guys will revisit Star Wars on your own and form your own opinion on it, and hopefully you guys did before you watch this video. If not, I don't care. If not, I do care, actually. I hope this was not someone's first time experiencing a Star Wars film. Please watch the movies before you watch my reaction or review. This is not a replacement for watching the actual thing. I need to say that. I forgot to say that at the top of this, but I will say that now. Please, for the rest of the movies in this series, when I say series, I mean the top 100 movies that this video is a part of, please watch the movies that are in them before my reaction, which is why I, spin the wheel at the end of these videos so that you know what's coming up. And speaking of spinning the wheel, it's time to spin the wheel. So we're gonna pull up the, this is not the tab. I need to start the recording on OBS again. Here we are at the wheel once more, the wheel of names. Okay. I have no clue what's coming up. This is not rigged. This is not pre-recorded. This is recorded right now live. I have no clue what we're going to get. It could be something incredibly sad. It could be something, it could be another big budget blockbuster. It could be Star Wars Return of the Jedi. It could be Empire Strikes Back. It could be a Lord of the Rings movie. It could be Citizen Kane. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I have the poster sitting up right there, and I'm reading some of the names off of it. It could be Sunset Boulevard, a movie I have not seen, but I've been wanting to. I'm really hoping for something I haven't seen yet, and it's also, I'm hoping for something niche, or something that doesn't have a lot of coverage on YouTube. Like, I'm hoping for Modern Times. I would love to watch a Charlie Chaplin film for this channel. I'm hoping for Sunset Boulevard. I'm hoping for I just knocked over a card. I'm hoping for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm hoping for M. I'm hoping for Vertigo. Things that are kind of, maybe not Vertigo. Maybe Vertigo is like is a little bit more popular than the rest. But I'm hoping for something that isn't within a lot of people's comfort zones. I'm hoping that we get something kind of different. Now that I'm saying all that, I don't think we're going to get that, but we'll see. The only way to find out is by spinning the wheel, which is what I've been delaying for the longest time because I'm afraid of what we're going to get. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, spin. We are going to be landing on What is this? 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 Yes! Something that is not within your comfort zone. Get wrecked, kids. I am so looking forward to this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am really, really looking forward to this. This is exciting for me because I haven't seen it, and it's also exciting because I think this is an Italian film, right? This is an Italian film? French-Italian, coming-of-age dramedy. So this is outside of a lot of your guys' comfort zones, isn't it? I am really looking forward to that. I need to take this off of the list now. Don't spin it again. I accidentally spun it again. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. I landed on the Prestige, but you can't see that because I stopped the recording. Okay. But yeah, I am really looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. If you have access to Paramount Plus, give it a watch before my reaction to it. And yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I am so excited. Goddamn, what a good day. Watching Star Wars and being forced to watch a French-Italian film next. I cannot wait. That's not sarcasm either. I'm actually genuinely excited. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to Star Wars, and I hope you guys return next time for my reaction to Cinema Paradiso. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you guys so much for taking a part in this journey with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.